So welcome everyone once more to today's lecture. And for today's lecture, we would be doing something. We will start with a review of what we've learned so far, and we would have a class assignment where we would all literally solve a class assessment, and anyone having a problem would basically ask questions, and then the problem will be shared together basically. So let's start by asking if there's anyone willing to give us an overview of what they can remember from previous classes. So yeah. Keisha? Let's hear from Keisha, Adrian, then we hear from you too. Keisha?
Are they calling me Okisha?
Keisha, Keisha.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. She's muted. You're on the move? Okay, let's hear from Adrian then.
Well, good evening, everyone. As per yesterday, I think I remember we talked about structs and enums, if I'm not mistaken, because I wasn't there entirely for yesterday's class. But I remember I spoke about enums and structs, whereby for enums, sorry, for structs, I'll start with structs. For structs, they're like tuples, but for them, they're different in a way that they can take in values of the same. They only take in values of of different data types. Like for example, we can create, let me first mute this. For example, we can create a tuple of like a user, and the user is having like multiple attributes like username, email, password, and all those ones have like different data types, because an email can be email is a string, then maybe like sign in, count, things like that. So a struct basically is like a data type, is like a tuple, but a struct can be, I don't know, can be having attributes of the different types. Then for enums, anyway, a struct can be manipulated into like renaming the variable, the attributes of it to contain another different, or to hold another different data. Let's go to enums. Hope that was
Yes, yes,
that
yes.
was
You've
that
done it.
was that was vague, but that's what I understood.
Yes, you've done a great job actually. You've done a great job actually. In
So
fact,
for enums, I think enums is just like a way of holding or grouping related fields of data. Like for example, we can say that we have like a group of data called shapes, and has rectangles, it has circles, and it has maybe triangles. So like the way of grouping, okay, and I'm just help us to group those things, like the way I don't know whether I discussed that, but like for IP addresses, IP can be IPv4, IPv6, all those. And I think we discussed how we can work with enums. I don't remember a lot.
Adrian, thank you so much. I think you've done good. You've done good. You've done good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, based on what Adrian said, she literally mentioned both what we have learned in class and what we have not learned in class. So that's actually very good anyways. It means she really is, taking steps to even learn further apart from what is being taught. in the class. So yeah, uh, based on what we have on ground, we are meant to have a class assessment today, and that class assessment is going to cover a few things that we've spoken about. Then the next thing we then would have is us actually combining everything we have learned and using everything we have learned to build a game. So we are going to actually build a game, but for today, we are just going to do a quick class assessment. And that quick class assessment would help us reiterate some of the knowledge we might have gained, but probably, we are not sure we can do it. So this is what today's class assessment is going to be all about. Now, it's a class assessment that it's not difficult. Moreover, if you find yourself as not being able to implement it, that's why we are going to do this class assessment in class today. So you basically, if you're having struggles or problem, you basically raise your hands up, then you share your screen and we can solve it together basically. But we are going to use about 30 minutes to just go through the class assessment. And after that, those with troubles, we can basically solve the troubles together. So without much ado, I'm going to share the screen and then you can also see the questions. So the questions are very, very easy questions. There is really no, there's nothing from these questions that you haven't seen before. So everyone, our time starts now. So about 30 minutes time, everyone should have sent their code in a GitHub gist and drop the link in the chat. Yeah. And I noticed that so many of you are very late today. Wisdom, Divine, you guys are just joining. We have a population of average of about 30, and half of the population is not here today. So the classwork has started, and yeah, if you just have any question, you can raise your hand and we can settle that. So
Hello, we can't see the questions. They are very, very tiny.
okay, let me increase the screen, Irene. Irene, were you the one that submitted the previous assignment a little late?
It was just a mistake. I submitted too. I thought it had enriched, but I had submitted already, so I just submitted the second time. Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem, no problem. You did a great job for the assignment. Do you have a question, Shimwa? Yeah, speak up, please. You raised your hand. You said you don't have a PC. No problem, no problem. You can always do it later. No problem. Yeah. Yeah, wisdom.
Sorry, please, can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Sorry, sir, please, is it possible that you walk me through this error? I'm trying to show I'm, this is the first assignment here.
Yes.
It's taking an age, is returning a string, right?
Okay.
But is this how I go about it?
That is not how to write a string slice.
Okay.
You need to add the reference in front of it.
This?
Yes. No. The reference sign. Reference sign.
Oh, okay.
Now, in this particular case, why did you use match?
I mean, I'm trying to compare it with to. You said March is a good option yesterday. So I
Yes.
tried to
I said
use.
there are situations where you should use it and situations where you should not use it. Now, you are using compare, and I know
Yes, sir.
compare is coming from the raw standard library, which I have not explained to the class, right? It's
Yes.
actually part of what I would be teaching or using when I'm building the game that we'll be building on Monday. But then,
Yeah. I
okay,
was learning it from the link you sent for the Rust the Rust programming.
yes, it's great, it's great, it's great. I'm not saying it's wrong that you did that. It's in fact, I'm happy, I'm glad. I'm glad. So run your code again, save it and run your code again.
Okay.
Good. Now,
From
so do you know
the,
where your problem is coming from?
from here.
No. Go back to it. Look at it. It's pointed out to line 27.
Okay.
Now, when you are using this particular enum ordering, and you are
Mm-hmm.
using the comparing, so it's telling you that you are not taking into consideration one other one. Did you look at it from your error?
Yes.
Which one did you say you are not considering?
Equals
Thank you. So what do you think you should do?
to add equals.
Now, okay, let's see. I wanted to say something else, but no, I want
Or
you to do.
should I do to do? I don't know. No, no.
I want you to do what is on your mind, really.
Uh, Ton- you can comment too. Does this work?
I mean, I won't be the one to tell you. Let your analyzer, your distant tell you.
Hmm.
Good. Expected lifetime.
Lifetime
What
parameter.
exactly is a lifetime? That's something we've not spoken about. When you are talking of a lifetime,
Is it mutable?
now you see what that thing is telling you to do. Now I know
Yeah,
I've
I see.
spoken about references and borrowing, but one thing I've not spoken into detail is lifetime when it comes to referencing and borrowing. Referencing and borrowing goes deep down than just what I've explained. In fact, there's a full lecture still on borrowing and referencing. But notwithstanding, before we get there, I'll just tell you what to do exactly. Just copy that and that quote for it's the sign for this thing. So
This
paste it there. This yes. Now save it. Good. Do you know why it is not printing anything?
I didn't return it.
You are returning, you are not printing.
Okay.
So now it's either you print, you can save line 19 in a variable, then print out the result, or you can basically just change that return to print. Now look at what you have done here. What you have done here is that you have used a gun to kill a fish. I don't know if that's not what I'm saying. Now,
It's not
yeah,
necessary.
exactly. Like the ordering you use, it's not exactly necessary for you to use it here. Because now this ordering is taking in 3 different inputs: the less, greater, and equal to, right? So you could have used an if-else statement. If the age is less than 18, you can just print, go back home, and else print coming. And then your solution is, it's as short as that. You get. Now remember, you are the owner of your code, and you can always implement whatever you want to implement anyway. But sometimes there's really no need for you to create an overkill for something simple. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Now, for what I'm saying, you can just save that line 19 in a variable and then print out whatever the variable is, and you're fine. But I want you to just make whatever decisions you need to make. Now, someone raised his hand. I missed that.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sorry, please let me see the question. Let me just screenshot, and so I'll be looking at the question.
Oh, the question.
Okay, you pinned it.
Let me pin the question.
Yes.
Let me stop sharing. Okay. Can you see the question? Can you see it?
Yeah, thank you, sir. I've seen it.
Yeah. So, did you get what I said, Wisdom? Can Wisdom hear me? Wisdom?
Yes, sir. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to sort something.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It works. It works, sir. Thank you.
Great. But remember what I said. There's no need for you to use a gun to kill a fish when you can use your knife to, kill the fish. Always remember that there's no need for you to make an overkill when you are implementing your code. Although this is the learning stage, which is good that you actually implemented this for you to show that, okay, you've learned something new. But then I just want you to remember that I said this. You get that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Then one more thing, I want you, everyone, if you can pause, I'm going to make Wisdom's, I'm going to pin Wisdom screen, and I want everyone to see what I'm about to tell Wisdom to do. Can you make a hand sign, like a thumbs up, if everyone is still following me? Okay, great. Now, notice that while I'm always working, I'm always seeing the compiler error immediately in the editor. But now, Wisdom is not seeing any compiler error, even when he's making mistakes. Why is that? That's because he has not installed certain extensions. I'm sure some of you have installed the extension and That's why you are not seeing that's why you're seeing errors and all of that. You get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what extension you should install right now. So right now, I want you all to install, go to your extension beside your VS Code and type Rust Analyzer. Wow, Silvanus, is this really the time you should join the class?
Good evening, Mr. Ayo. So I sent a notification, a message on Discord. I thought I was not going to attend today because.
Okay, you were the one that sent the message that you were going to the church.
Yes. Today is Ash Wednesday, so I was at mass and I just came back just now.
Oh,
Yes.
welcome. So have you installed the Rust Analyzer?
Yes, sir.
No.
Now, let's wait for it. Can you see it under there? Rust Analyzer loading. Good. Now, can you type anything and that would probably give you an error? Let's see.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it, sir.
Good. So for others, I would want you to also install the Rust Analyzer extension. Yeah, Adrian, please.
I have a question. Is the Rust Analyzer an added extension, or like some of us have it? Because I already see the compilation errors before I run.
Yes. So here's the thing. There are situations whereby you might have other extensions installed that might be working. Yeah, I noticed when you were sharing your screen, you were able to see your compiler error. So you might have other extensions installed, or probably you have even installed your Rust Analyzer. But notwithstanding, I still advise you to install the Rust Analyzer. Yes, Silvanus, please.
So I don't know how should I install the extension. Where do I install it?
So can you see the screen? Can you see Wisdom screen? So on your VS Code, you go to extensions, that's on the left-hand side, and then Wisdom, can you put your cursor on the extension icon there? Yes, can you see it? Then you type Rust Analyzer. So it's going to bring it for you. Wisdom, can you click on that Rust Analyzer? Yes. Now, yeah, Wisdom has installed it. That's why it can see disable and uninstall. So for you, once you come here, you would not see disable. Instead, you will see install, and then you would click on install. Did you get that, Silvanus?
Yes, I'm actually installing.
Okay, great.
So sorry, what does it mean by snakes off? I think we saw that yesterday.
Yeah, that's because in Rust, it's a, how do I put it? It's a case sensitive programming language.
Oh,
so
I see.
that means that, you see, that place where you are doing probably a camel case, it's important to use snake case. Snake case is generally what is accepted in Rust for declaring variables.
Underscore is accepted, right?
Yes, the underscore is basically the what joins the snake case, literally.
Okay.
So can you see what's the problem? Can't find.
No, it's
Okay.
memory problem.
Guess you are good to go. You can stop sharing your screens.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, someone is asking for a recommendation for wallet in Stellar. Albedo wallet is actually a great wallet. I don't know if you know about it. Albedo wallet. Due to those that came to this call late, Alberto. Due to those that came to this call late, I'm going to extend the assignment. Or is there anybody in class that is done with the assignment, with the classwork? So no one is done. So I'll just extend the time till the end of the lecture. I'll extend the time to the end of the lecture. So everyone can comfortably solve the classwork well. Are you done, Yvonne?
Actually, you have an issue,
Yeah.
but I'm working on that. But I hope that after the assessment time, I could share my screen.
Okay. Okay. You could share your screen now. You notice Wisdom actually shared the screen when he was having issue, and we quickly solved it so you could move to the next one. Divine, do you have a question?
Yes, please. That's the fourth question. It said Celsius to Fahrenheit. Are we supposed to do it to calculate the same function to calculate both Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius?
Good. So, some of what I've explained from previous classes that when you're writing code, it's like you are a potter and the code is the clay. You can design it any way you want it. But the most important thing is that you want to have something that converts Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you can create two functions separately, or you can create one function that does the same thing, anything you want to do, but implement it. That's the most important thing. Did you get that?
Yes, I.
Just a tip. If you wanted to create, just use one function. You can have part of your parameters to be a Boolean. And then the Boolean, you can switch it that if it is this, it should do this. If it's this, it should do this. You can also use match operator. So you can create an enum and it could be Fahrenheit and Celsius. And if it is Fahrenheit, you do this. In fact, there's a million ways to do it. You can think of so many ways to do it, basically. It's left to you for you to choose how you want to do it.
So I'm sharing now.
Okay, you can do that. What's the problem you were having?
Oh wow. Before sharing my screen, I don't know, maybe because I didn't maybe reboot the system, but since the beginning when I'm typing F, I didn't have all these, suggestion like that.
Had you
So
have you installed the Rust analyzer then?
yeah, I just did it when you mentioned it today.
That's why. That's why.
Oh,
That's why.
all right. Oh wow. I've been struggling with that so long. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. You haven't started the assignment and the classwork.
Already, but it's in another page. So as I'm sharing my screen, maybe I'll try to open it if I can.
Okay. No problem. Is there any other person having any issue for this class assessment? Nitro?
Yeah, it's not an issue. I feel like I've finished. I still have some red lines here, but
Yeah, you can share your screen.
okay.
So one of the important things I should actually teach as your instructor is how to debug. Now, as developers, you definitely have bugs, but the most important thing is knowing how to debug. And now that you have an issue here, can you see? So without asking you the question, intro, can someone tell me the situation intro as here? Anyone? Anyone?
Is it referencing?
Good. Its situation is under ownership and referencing. Now, if you put your cursor on top of that numbers, can you see? Borrow of moved value numbers. So now this number, can you see the numbers? Take your cursor out of that. Let's see the function. So you already consumed numbers when you were doing this for loop. Can you see? On line 26, that place you said numbers, where you said for number in numbers. Now the numbers there has been consumed by the for loop. Can you see? So if you save, what happens? Can you see your error is gone? Can you truly hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Yes. So can you see your error is gone? Your error is gone.
Yes.
That's the understanding. I'm happy that the moment we mentioned what the issue was, you already knew how to solve it by solving it, adding the reference symbol here. So I guess you're good to go. You can stop sharing. You can stop sharing. Great one. But wait, your solution for Celsius to Fahrenheit does not include Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Yes.
Your solution for Celsius to Fahrenheit does not include Fahrenheit to Celsius, but it's all right. You can
Oh,
read
yeah.
that
There's no
later.
reverse. Yeah.
Yeah. But great job.
What do you think about this one? Is this a function that takes in another function?
Okay, let's see that. Nah, this is not what I asked you to do. What you did on line 5 is closure. Can you see? And then for that
is the
closure,
closure not
that's not an higher order function. An higher order function is a function that takes in another function as its parameter. What you did here is closure. You didn't?
and so you're saying a closure is not a higher order function?
No, no. Closure is just an anonymous function.
Okay.
Yeah. And all you did there with the curly braces is that you kept it inside another scope, and that's all. Not that you created another function. That curly braces you put outside of it, it's just you putting it outside another scope. So yeah. Anyways, I'll stop the recording now